Hello, entrepreneur. So, I've been talking to you here lately. We've been talking about money management and just about entrepreneurship in general. And I want to take this time to talk to you about when you're dealing with your financial consultant, your bookkeeper, your business coach, whatever you want to call them. Whenever you're dealing with your tax preparer, you need to be very clear about what you do and very intentional. I say it all the time. Tax season is so. It seems to be quick, but it actually runs long because a lot of people get extensions. But even during that season, we're coming right after Christmas. Most people want a refund, so they're only focused on getting some money back. You just spent a lot of money in the fourth quarter. You're in the first quarter of the next year. You want to do some things. You're trying to make some things happen. It's always right before the spring season, and it's always a busy time. But I can't. And one of the things that I have a lot of problems with is that people will give you bits and pieces of information. They won't send everything. I'm always telling all my clients, please send everything all at one time and send it by email because a paper trail is so important. You might tell somebody something and it's easy to forget what you said, what they said, and everything in between. But whenever it's in black and white, which remember, that's the same way the IRS works. The IRS does not go by what you say, they go by what can be proven. And they're not going to go by what you just tell them. They want documentation. And likewise, that's the same way you should do your taxes with real documentation. Stop trying to give people bits and pieces of it, not your last check. Wait on your W-2 or your 1099. Make sure you go back and do an inventory that you've covered every job that you've had. There's nothing worse than thinking you have a refund or you're getting some money back, and then a couple of weeks later you get a notice in the mail because you've got to pay it back. Or don't leave out information thinking what your tax preparer doesn't know won't hurt, because it always comes back. And you don't want to tell them something wrong and they prepare your taxes based on what you say, and then when the IRS comes after you, you're blaming them. I cannot tell you how many times people tell me, I guess what they consider white lies, but you don't lie to your tax person. You tell them everything, and at that point we can discuss, we can decide, and we can figure out the best way to move forward where you're fully informed, the tax preparer is fully informed, and if you ever have to go back and the IRS comes after you, you have a leg to stand on. Like I always tell you, it's your girl, the Queen Bee, just out here giving you information because I want to see you do business better. If you have not started, we are in August. This is the time that you should be forecasting. You should be looking at your fourth quarter, seeing how you're going to end strong and getting ready for next year. If you're not already looking at projections for next year, if you're not already talking about what you can do different, that means you're not doing bookkeeping. You need to be calling me. Bye-bye.